We ain't coming. We here. We ain't got next. We got now. Now give me my theme music. Welcome back to the Banganator podcast, brought to you by your host, Esley Banga, Season 3, Episode 11. And the Cowboys are just bad enough that they'll most likely be drafted in the top 5 in the 2025 NFL Draft. But they've won enough games to where they most likely won't get the number 1 draft and pick Travis Hunter, who is projected to be drafted first overall, one of Deion's players. The Cowboys are so ass right now that it's time to put any hopes and dreams of anything happening this season, put it to bed. You know how in Yellowstone, or in real life for that matter, if a horse is injured and beyond recovery, you gotta... That's what we gotta do to the Cowboys this season, because it's over. It's over. I'm even tired of talking about them, but this is a Cowboys primarily podcast, so I got to do it. And I'm loyal too, you know. I'll put it like this. I'm going to make comparisons to the Dallas Cowboys franchise and ownership and management to the Yellowstone Dutton Ranch and the Yellowstone Show. So you got Jerry Jones, who is at the head of the table. He's the one running the show. He's the GM. He's the president. In comparison, you got John Dutton in Yellowstone, head of the Dutton family. Everything runs through him. But there's always problem after problem. And he's at the helm. At the beginning of the most recent season, he dies. And the family gotta carry on without him. And whenever I say that, I'm not talking about literal death. I'm talking about Jerry Jones stepping down from the general manager position and being in control of everything, especially the roster, because he's in control of the roster right now, and it's not good enough. So John Dutton, a.k.a. Jerry Jones, we need you to step down. We need you to retire. We need you to be out the way, because it's not working. It's not working your way. Jerry Jones would rather win a Super Bowl his way, meaning have all the fame, have all the attention, have all the spotlight on him, the money, making money, and win at the same time. But sometimes you can't have it both ways. So something need to change, because we can't keep going on like this. 30 years now. In a battle for the state of Texas, the Houston Texans showed up to the gunfight and easily outdueled the Cowboys 34-10. I was in the building. I was there working. And I got to see a little bit of the game. For the most part, I just saw C.J. Stroud making throw after throw, and Joe Mixon running through the Cowboys defense. Even though Cooper Rush had 354 yards, he only had 1 touchdown and threw an interception. Rico Dowdle only had 28 yards. Kevontae Turpin had an 86-yard touchdown, and Malik Hooker had an interception, but none of that mattered because we could only score 10 points. So once again, a pitiful game, pitiful offensive performance. The Cowboys were actually able to go up and down the field this time, but couldn't punch it in the end zone besides that 1 touchdown that Kevontae Turpin scored. And I expected it, like I had said in my last episode. So let's keep the tank fest going. You know, let's might as well keep losing and get Ashton Jeanty to come, because Ashton Jeanty from Boise State, running back, who is on pace to break 2,000 yards rushing. He said that he wants to come to the Dallas Cowboys. So, hey, Jerry, don't mess that up. The Cowboys play the Commanders this Sunday at FedEx Field. So at least we don't have to witness that misery at home. I expect Jaden Daniels, who is most likely the Rookie of the Year this year, Offensive Rookie of the Year definitely, to carve us up, to carve up our defense, especially Scary Terry McLaurin. I got him on my fantasy for a reason. So I'm expecting them to carve up the Cowboys defense like C.J. Stroud kind of did, because their offense is like that and our defense is not. So that's going to be another loss for the Cowboys. Switching over to college football now, a little positivity. You see the Quinn Ewers jersey right there. You know we got to stay repping Texas, because they very well could be on their way to a national championship. They roasted the Razorbacks 20-10. And even though it wasn't an impressive performance, they still got that dub. Ranked number 3 once again and seeded number 2 in the latest college football playoff bracket. Quinn Ewers threw for 176 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jaden Blue and Quintavious Wiseman combined for 134 yards rushing. And Isaiah Bond led the receiving corps with 48 receiving yards. On the defensive side, Jahdae Barron got 1 interception, and the team had 6 total sacks. Texas is still in good shape, and we moving on to Kentucky next week. And I expect Texas to blow them out the water and possibly moved up to number 2 in the nation. If we stay at number 3, I'm fine with that too, as long as we top 5. Thank y'all for watching this episode of the Banganator Podcast. Please like and subscribe on YouTube. Follow me on the Banganator Podcast and BanganatorPod_4 on the Twitter X. You know Texas is going to whoop that ass against Kentucky this Saturday, and you know I'm going to be watching. Hook 'em. Maria, give me my voiceover.
Welcome to the Banganator Podcast, brought to you by SC Banga, diehard fan of the Dallas Cowboys since 1997. How about them Cowboys?